Hey guys, at Norm, my messy here. Sorry, I have not posted in 8 days. And that I posted on my Instagram. I did do live stream, so go check that out. Lolly Forever. But for this video, I'm gonna be doing kind of a 2-in-1. I'm gonna be like showing off some stuff that I ordered slash also like this is kind of more on like giving you my thoughts and stuff on this, and I will be chatting with you. So the very first thing, actually, there's gonna be a part 2 to this because one item has not come. This is not me bragging, this is just like fun. But the very first thing is these, and I'm going to show you both of them. But what they are is, I'm only going to show you with one side, but they unvelcro like this, and then let me velcro it back. And basically they're made so you unvelcro them and then you strap them around your ankle. Oh, and then you can't separate your feet past your body alignment. So basically you can't separate your feet past what you would usually, like, let me word that better. You can't separate, you can't spread your feet past what you would do if you were just standing. So, yeah. And also you can use them on your wrist and make it where you can't go past your body alignment or something. And I got them, it was a 2-pack. Everything came from Amazon. It was $13. And my mom gave me extra allowance this month. I don't know why, but I'm very thankful for it. And so, yeah. Yeah, but I'm really happy with it. I got them because a while ago in acro class, I think this was the last acro class I did with Abby, which was a while ago. Abby was like getting on people about how they were like spreading their arms like way out here while doing like handstand tricks or things that start with a handstand instead of right here. Like instead of having, they were going past their body alignment and stuff. And she like had the Pittsburgh kids like use something similar to this, and then I saw these on Amazon and I got them because I'm like, this makes Abby happy and it's dance equipment, and yes, I'm very happy with it. And the other thing is this. So there's a whole story behind these. I'm going to show them to you. I'm not going to like put them on because I have shown that on my Instagram. So here they are. They're turning shoes, and I will explain why I got them and all of that. I'm really happy with these, and I like that it came with the bag. I was not expecting the bag. By the way, and this is whatever this brand is or something. These, I do not know what brand they are. It did not say. And these were $12. And they were pink. But for those who don't know what turning shoes are, for those of you who are not dancers and don't know what some of this stuff is, these are actually made for cheerleading, I think. I don't 100% know, but it said something about cheerleading. And it's because when you are doing certain tricks in cheerleading, I think, or I know in dance. I'm gonna say off of dance. In dance, there's certain tricks that when you do, your feet have to stay together. Or like, I don't really know. Like, I'm trying to think here. What would be like tricks that are in dance? Okay, that one, I'll have to come back to you on that one day. But I know in dance there's like certain tricks that when you do them, your feet have to stay together. Or I got them to use on my wrist. It doesn't list it as like, oh, you can use on your wrist, but I have, and it works completely fine. It's a little bit big, but it works. But I got it because in dance, there's so many acrobatic tricks that start off with the basic of a handstand. Like, so many tricks that you can't do unless you can do a handstand or kick up into a handstand. Handstand I'm working on. I've been working on that for so long and haven't gotten it. So anyways, but when you do that, this is something that a lot of dancers do. I think it's a mistake. People do it, you learn from it. Where you go past your body alignment. Like when you do a handstand, I'm gonna try to roll my sleeves up so you can kind of get the idea. Your hand should be right next to you, not way out here. And so in dance or in acro, some of the people, this is honest mistake. We all make mistakes. I'm not calling these people out. I'm saying this is a general mistake that sometimes people make. I make mistakes. I'll get to a huge mistake that I made the other day in dance. But anyway, this is great for that. For that, I don't know what brand it is, what it's called. I know it was from Amazon and it was $13 for a 2-pack. Then these are turning shoes in dance. There are a lot of different types of shoes, and there's so many different kinds. There's ballet shoes, like ballet slippers, which is like a very well known. And then there's point shoes when you go all the way up on your toes. There's jazz shoes. I do not have jazz shoes, but I heard of them. There's Laducas, which are specialty made dance high heels. I have a really nice pair of them. They're actually just normal pair, but I like them, and yeah. But they're specialty made dance high heels. Then they're ballet flats. I have a pair of them. I do not know what they're used for. Because I have worn them a couple of times. I never use them in dance. And then there's tap shoes, which is well known. I do not have them. But also, even if I did, it wouldn't make much of a difference. I'm on carpet. So, yeah. And then there's also these, which are ballet turning shoes. I'm trying to think if there's any other types of shoes. There's a lot of different types of dance shoes. Is the point. Oh, cheater shoes. Or shoes. Yeah. And then there's one other type of shoe. Or there's a couple other types of shoes. There's a lot of shoes in dance. Turning shoes are exactly what they sound like they are for. They are made for doing turns. Now, the thing is, I wasn't going to get them originally because of the fact that I'm probably not going to use them because at first the reason is because Presley from Dance Mom did a video that I had watched, and it was like showing what's in her dance bag and stuff. And in the video, she like pulled out like a pair of turning shoes and said she never uses them. Well, over time I realized I should invest in them, and I never really got around to it because I do a pretty good amount of classes for jumps and turns, and classes for turns and stuff, and I can use them. Like, I can actually use them and stuff. And last time I did a class for turns was with Rebecca Davis, and I used a pair of socks because I saw that, like, I saw, like, two of my dance friends were using socks, and I use socks, but I'm really excited to have these. They were really great. I like them. I looked at a pair that was cheaper. That was like, I want to say like $9 or $10. But when it came time, here's the thing. Let me explain. And I'm the type of person where when I get my allowance, I already know what I'm using it on. Because throughout the month, I look at things and I'm like, oh, this is something that I like, or oh, this is something that I like. And so, I was not expecting the bag, but I actually like these better than the ones that I were looking at. I couldn't find them, but I found these. And even though these were like a little bit more expensive, I like these way more because the ones that I was looking at were like skin tone, and these are pink. I think it said like ballet pink or something, but I'm really happy with these. I have not used them in class yet, but I have used them. Also with these, I have used it, and I've been using it like every day, because for some reason since I got them, I've been in a phase of wanting to do push-ups lately with these strapped around my ankles. And yesterday I did 52 push-ups. Now you're probably thinking, no you didn't, you cheated, like you took a break. I took 2 seconds of a break, and I didn't actually leave the push-up position, and it was because Sam decided he wanted me to throw his toy. And so I do not cheat when it comes to push-ups. As much as I would like to stop and take a break sometimes, I don't. And I've been in a phase lately where I like to do as many push-ups as I can. Or I like to beat my record of what I'm doing. So like, if I do 50 push-ups one day, the next day I want to do at least 51. But I try to add 2 push-ups every time. Now, I'm probably going to put a stop at it at like 100 just because I don't want to spend all day every day doing push-ups. But I really like doing push-ups lately. It's good conditioning for me and I like it. And I want to do a more in detail story time. I told this story on my Instagram. I think it might have been yesterday or the day before, and I wanted to do a more in detail one. This honestly was probably my worst moment in dance ever, or like most embarrassing moment, because here's the thing. And I love that in dance there is a lot of pressure. But I love that. It makes me work really hard. We're ignoring my messy hair. And I'm going to say, like, subscribe, turn on the post notification. But, the other day, especially only when you dance on Zoom, this is kind of the way that I'm basing it off of, because I have pretty much only danced on Zoom, like hardcore in class all the time, danced on them. And the thing is, when that happens, and like the thing is that when you get spotlighted, or at least for me, I feel like that's when I really feel the pressure, but I enjoy it. And I'm gonna say this, I enjoy it, and it wasn't the pressure that made me mess up. I'm gonna get I forgot the dance. So, let me explain. And for me, I have always, especially when I get spotlighted by Abby, I have always, like, really wanted to succeed even more. Let me check that pointless notification. But, like, when I get spotlighted by Abby, for me, that's amazing because that's kind of my chance of realizing it's that reminder that Abby knows I'm talented. And that I don't have to constantly say I'm talented. I just have to work hard in class. I just have to log on for class, give it everything I have, and work really hard on it. And that's what I do. And the last time I got spotlighted by Ab, actually I'm trying to think. I feel like I could be wrong on this. I feel like it was when I got the ballet jump. I could be wrong on that. And for me that day, that was definitely pressure to succeed. Because, first up, ballet is really hard. It's really hard because there's a right and there's a wrong. There's no in between. There's no adjusting it. There's no, oh, if I mess up, it's fine. It's like in some styles of dance, if you mess up, you can keep going and nobody's gonna notice. And even if someone does notice, if you recover it well, or recover it really well, and like nail the rest of it really well, like people won't really care. Like, oh yes, if you're at a competition, that is like points off, but it's like not as big of a deal. But with ballet, it's like if you mess up, it's like, oh, like it's a bigger deal. It's like, because in ballet there's a right and there's a wrong, and you either do it right or you mess up, and then you do it wrong. Like, that's just how, that's not like me, that's not my thoughts, my opinions. My thoughts and my opinions are when it comes to dance, I go off of what I'm taught. And I'm taught by professionals, so in the end I go with the professional because they know what they're talking about. And so, Amy was teaching us the ballet jump, and honestly, I love doing this jump. It's one of my favorite types of jumps now, and I like pretty much nailed it first try. Like not bragging. Ballet is an area that I do really good in, and basically one thing led to another, one thing led to another where I was doing it, and then Abby spotlighted me, and everyone was like, she literally told everyone to watch me, and I'm like, okay, I got this. This is my moment to show I can do this, like, and I did it, and I did really good with it. Now the thing is, the other day, something that I have always been good at, and have always been good at, is picking up choreography. And here's the thing, I kind of realized what messed me up the other day. And the thing is, what messed me up was every time I have learned a combo and then got spotlighted for it, or like every time I pretty much got to like kind of dance like a combo, I have always been in a group, and it's always been like straight direct competition, like, and I like that. Well, on Saturday I had hip hop with Kaiguru, and this wasn't even a super challenging combo. Like, the steps were not crazy challenging for me. Like there was one little part that was like a little bit challenging, but that was more because it was back and forth between the feet. And so what had happened was all of a sudden, and like we learned the dance, we went through it a couple of times, and then Kaiguru started picking. He's like, who wants to do a solo? Well, actually, no. I'm going to tell one little part of the story, just so the story isn't all bad. And he's like, we got like halfway through the dance, and then he's like, the next part, or the rest of it, you all like, no. Does anyone want to take a guess? Someone had guessed, and I think they like guessed. Oh wait, they had guessed that we were doing the one move again, because he liked to move similar to this one, and then all of a sudden, and like he's like, no, and then he's like, does anyone else? He was getting ready to say the answer, and I had my hand raised for like a little bit. And then basically he's like, oh, Wally wants to guess. So he like did what he needed to do so I could unmute, because he had the power of that. And then I unmuted, and then I said, I put my guess in, and I'm like, we're doing the same thing on the other side, and he's like, close, I'll give you half a point for that. We're doing the same thing, same side. I mean, I got half a point for that, and that I'll take that as a win. It's one of those where, anytime I get anything that could be a win, I get really excited about it. And this isn't me bragging, it's that I never give myself credit. I always focus on what I messed up on, or what I need to work on, or what could be better. Or I could be just dancing around the house and fall out of a turn. And then I get in my head and I'm like, you just fell out of a turn. You know how horrible that was. Fix it now. Like, I freak out on myself in my head. But I do it because it makes me work harder. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. And then, basically what had happened was that I ended up, basically what had happened was that all of a sudden he like picked someone, they did a solo spotlight, and then I wasn't expecting to get picked, because I'm like, I get picked for groups, not solos. Well, all of a sudden he had an assistant with him, or like someone who was like assisting him, and basically what happened was, I got picked to do a solo. Like, I got a chance to get spotlighted all by myself. Everyone get to watch me do the dance and improv. Now, there were some problems. First up, the improv at the beginning, I did really good with it, but I realized it's kind of what I always pull out. Like, I kind of do whenever I get the chance to improv. I feel like I pull out my go-to move, and that's great. That's what improv is about, is showing what you do best. But I feel like I should switch it up and not be doing the same thing over and over again, just maybe in a different order of what comes first, what comes next. So, but overall, the improv at the beginning, I did good. Then, and it came time for the combo. And the very beginning of the combo, I did it. It was, I'm gonna say it was decent. Like, it could have been better, but it wasn't horrible. Like, I remembered it, and I did it, and it was decent. Could have been better, though. And then, anyways, all of a sudden, I forget, like, the rest of the dance. I forgot, like, a huge part of the dance, almost the entire thing. I remembered, ending, like, the very last, 4 moves. I remembered. And then someone started doing it. And I kept going, and I tried not to show it on my face, and then and then I was watching the video back because I filmed it. And sorry, I'm checking. I had filmed it I didn't film when I was spotlighted, but I filmed it when I was dancing in my group. And hey Sam. Does Sam want to say hello? Sam can say hello. Sorry, apparently Sam wanted to say hello. And I realized, looking at the video, I saw nothing but mistakes. Especially, only I could tell my face just looked mad. It looked like this the entire time. It looked mad. Oh, I love you, Sam. Sam, you want to come here? Come here. Say hello. Apparently Sam wanted to say hello. Sam, you couldn't let me film. I'm almost done, baby. And then we'll go play. Okay? Apparently he's gonna take a nap later. But I basically forgot, a part in the dance. I forgot, almost the whole thing. I remembered 6 moves in the dance, which is the very, very beginning, the, first 2 moves. And then I forgot the entire, up until the last, 4 moves. And I feel like I almost forgot the last, I almost forgot 2 of the moves. But Guy Group, every time he did that one move, he, I make the Pacific sound, or he, said this certain thing. So he had said it, and that's when I'm like, oh wait, this move. And I was really annoyed with myself that I forgot that. And then I improv at the ending, and at the end he said, and only pulling out these amazing jumps and turns. And even though he said that, and that's great, I was so annoyed with myself. Ignore that sound, Sam scratching an itch. But I was really annoyed that I forgot the dance. And then I'm like, what is it that made me forget it? And then I'm like, the only thing that's different is I feel like the only thing that's really different is I never been spotlighted not in a group doing a full dance and not just one thing. It's the first time, it's the fact that I had no competition. It was I was doing a solo. It was more almost like I was performing this piece. I had no competition. I don't know if that was it or what, but I forgot the dance. And I got really annoyed with myself because that was generally one of the things that, I never wanted to happen. And it happened. I forgot the dance. Life happens, and even though this isn't a big deal because I can just try my best to not forget it next time, for me, I was just annoyed. Peace out.